Hello, Elly here from Thankful Flow Yoga. Thank you so much for joining me for another practice in this 30 days of yoga. Today we are going to be doing a neck and kind of throat themed flow. So looking at the throat chakra and opening and closing, doing some throat opening and closing postures. Can't find my words today. So we're going to get started in a comfortable seated position. When you're ready, I'm going to be cross-legged, but if you would rather have your legs out in front, you can absolutely take them there. And as always, just taking any blocks or props that you might need to support you in your practice today. So we're going to bring the hands down, and so we're going to bring one hand to the heart center and one hand to the belly to start the class. Closing off the eyes or taking a steady gaze out in front. And see if you can start to bring some awareness to the breath. As you inhale, drawing the breath in through the nose. Notice how that air feels, whether it feels cool or warm. Seeing if you can notice how the air feels as it hits the back of your throat and travels down into the body. Taking slow, soft breaths here. Scanning down now into the chest, the abdomen, the belly. Seeing which parts rise and fall as you breathe. And when we look at this area of the body, the throat and the neck area, and the energy center in this area, it symbolizes and is connected to our voice, speaking our truth, and feeling that our voice is valid, that our voice has a place in this world. Seeing if that resonates with you today. If it does, then great. If it doesn't, no worries. And when you're ready, just starting to open the eyes back up and releasing the hands, and place the hands down to the knees or the thighs with the palms facing down. So inhale, roll the shoulders back, open across the chest. Exhale, round the spine, draw up the head down, draw the belly in, tuck the tailbone in. Inhale, lift the gaze, shine the heart forwards. Exhale, drop the head round through the spine. Inhale, lift the gaze, last one, open across the chest. Exhale, drop the head around the spine. Then inhale, come back up to center. Interlace the hands to the back of the head, and inhale, open your elbows out to the side, opening across the chest. As you exhale, draw the elbows in round the spine. Really feel that opening into the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the gaze, open the elbows out to the side. Exhale, draw up the head, rounding, drawing the belly in. Last one, inhaling. Elbows coming out. Exhaling, drawing everything in. Belly buttons drawing in towards the spine. Finding that rounding and stretch into the back of the body. And inhale, release, come back to center. Well done. Now on your next exhale, drop the chin down towards the chest. Roll the right ear over towards that right shoulder. Drop the chin back down towards the chest. Take it over to the other side. Now keep moving from one side to the other and really sending that message into the body, the neck, the shoulders, to allow those muscles, those areas to soften and release. Letting go of tension, of stress, emptying it out of the body, letting it all go. And start to take your last neck roll on each side. Well done, and come back to center. Now move into tabletop position, your all fours position on the mat, shoulders stacked above the wrists, hips above the knees. As you exhale, walk the hands forwards, melt the heart and the forehead down towards the mat for your puppy pose. Breathing here, coming onto the forearms if you need to. Just allowing that heart to melt down, finding that opening into the shoulders, the upper back. Imagine as you breathe in that you're drawing energy in through the fingertips from the ground into the body. Inhale, walk the hands back in to center. Tuck the toes under and walk the feet in towards the hands. We'll come into a forward fold here, so feet roughly hip width. Let the head hang heavy. And start to take a little bit of movement in your forward fold, so maybe taking a little bend through one leg, then the other. Gentle rock or sway, perhaps from side to side. Just feeling into that movement. And keep releasing through the head and the neck here. So then I want you to see if you can trace the figure 8. Imagine that you're tracing it on the ground with the crown of your head. So moving your head around as if you're drawing a figure 8. And as you go, just being really aware of how the neck and the head feels. Any areas of restriction or tension. Just observing, there's no right or wrong. And then we inhale, draw the belly in, start to curl the body up with a rounded spine. And you can keep some softness in the legs as you work the body up, lifting that head up last. Meeting in Tadasana mountain pose, take a big shoulder roll here and let the shoulder blades run down your back. Inhale, reach the fingertips up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mouth, step it back to plank. Breathing here. And then flow through your version of Chaturanga. So inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling back to downward facing dog. Press the mat away with your hands, lift the hips away from the ribs. Inhale, we sweep the right foot through between the hands, reach the fingertips up, lift up and out from the waist. Exhale, float the hands back, interlace the fingers, hearts lifting towards the ceiling. Breathing here, sending your gaze upwards, opening into the throat. Release the hands from the interlace, open out to warrior 2, sinking into that right leg, sending your gaze over the right fingertips. And then hands come to heart center, coming into a right side Skandasana, so bending into that right leg and just staying higher up if that feels better for you. So you could be up here in your Skandasana. You don't have to be super low. We're going to open out the arms so the left fingertips reach up, follow with the gaze. Reconnecting with your breath. Bring your hands back to heart center, or you're going to use them on the ground to support you. Float it over to left side Skandasana. Opening out, reaching the right fingertips upwards. Breathing into that space. Bringing the hands back to heart center. Powering up to a wide leg position, and then we're pointing these right toes forwards, and we're going to come into our Ardha Chandrasana, so our half moon pose. So option to have that right hand on a block here to support you. If you want to come a little deeper, you can always bend that left leg, maybe the left hand finds the left foot, and you can find a quad stretch here. That really is just an option, you don't have to take it. So take what feels right for you. Maybe you start to send your gaze towards the ceiling. And then seeing if you can release with control. Float the hands down to frame the front foot and flow through your chaturanga. So inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And we exhale back to downward facing dog. Press the mat away with your hands. Reconnect with your breath for a moment here. Inhale, sweep the left foot through between the hands. Reach the fingertips up. Lift up and out from the pelvis. Finding that high lunge. Float the arms back, take the interlace with the fingers. Reach the heart towards the ceiling. Chest is lifting, maybe the gaze is looking upwards as well here. Sinking into that left leg. And then release, come into your warrior two, left side. So sinking into that left leg. Fingertips reaching away, relax the shoulders. Gaze comes over the left fingertips. Really press the feet down and away into the mat. And then hands can come to heart center, finding your left side Skandasana. Sending your gaze upwards, opening out the arms. So right fingertips are reaching up. Coming over into your right side Skandasana now. Taking any modifications that you need to take. Opening up here. Hands coming back to heart center. Come up to this wide leg position. Left toes point forwards, grabbing your block if you need it here. And then finding your Ardha Chandrasana on the left side. So breathing into that space. Maybe bending that right leg if that feels good too. Taking the right hand to the right foot, that's just an option. Well done. Release the right leg. Sweep the hands down to frame the front foot. Step it back to plank. Flow through your chaturanga. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhaling back to downward facing dog. Breathing here, pressing the mat away with your hands. inhale, send your gaze between your hands and either step or jump your feet in. Lift the chest, lengthen the spine, find your halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, sweep the fingertips up, lift the ribs away from the hips. Exhale, float your hands through to your heart center. Take 2 breaths here. From here, we're going to either ground through the feet, or you're going to come up on the toes. Reach your fingertips out in front and start to slowly bend through the legs, so we're lowering the hips down towards the mat. So make sure you keep breathing, finding a drishti or a focus point if you need to. And then when you're ready, releasing the hips down. Step the feet so the soles of the feet are planted on the mat. Reach the fingertips out in front, draw the belly in. Start to lower the spine down to the mat, keeping that core strong. So keep breathing here. And then we're going to start to allow the head and the shoulders to come down to the mat. Legs are bent, soles of the feet are planted on the mat, and hands are by the side of the body. So I'm going to give you some different options here. So we're going to come into our bridge pose, and then you can either work there and take a restorative bridge, or you could take legs up the wall pose. So I'll give you your choice here to take what you would like to take today, what feels right in your body. Or you're going to come into a kind of throat closing sequence where we're going to take shoulder stand, plow pose and ear pressure pose. So I know that won't be for everyone, so just take what feels right to you, and as always, take support, use cushions, use support in your practice. So first of all, we're going to draw the pelvis up and in towards the body. Tuck your chin down towards the chest. So tuck your chin down towards the chest, and then start to peel the hips and the rest of the spine away from the mat. So hips are really lifting up towards the ceiling. Glutes are switched on, legs are switched on. Breathing here. And then either staying here, taking your block, so making this into a restorative bridge if that feels good too. Or you're going to take the hands to the hips and float the legs up, releasing the hands if that feels good too, coming into our shoulder stand. So really keeping that head and neck nice and stable, not moving it around. So using the core, the glutes. Sending our gaze inwards. So this sequence we're about to do is a really good sequence for practicing pratyahara, which is our withdrawal of the senses. So really tuning out from away from the outside world, from all these things that are stimulating our senses all the time, and just bringing the gaze inwards. Now if you're coming into your plow pose, you're going to reach the feet up and over the head. Maybe they come to the ground, or you could always pop them on a chair or something out behind if there's a bit of space there. Breathing here. Watching the belly rise and fall with the breath. Closing the eyes if that feels good too. from here, option to come into your ear pressure pose. So that's where we bend the legs and the knees are coming to the ears. And if you can, if it's in your practice, the knees are putting some light pressure on the ears. So we're really practicing this pratyahara, withdrawal of the senses. We're closing through the throat. But as always, never force anything. Just come to where it feels right for you today. Depending on when you're doing this video and what my microphone picks up, you might be able to hear the storm and the rain going on outside. Seeing if you can tune out from whatever might be going on around you right now. See if you can really bring that gaze, that awareness back into the body, back to the breath. Seeing whatever you can notice. So slowly starting to come away from your ear pressure pose, back through to your shoulder stand, and then slowly releasing back down to the mat, taking your time to get there. Well done. And then from here, rolling over to one side, whichever side of your mat is the most comfortable, natural for you. Pausing here, just allowing the practice to absorb. And then slowly moving yourself back to a comfortable seated position on your mat where we started the practice. One hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Take an inhale through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. Opening the eyes when you're ready, coming back into the physical body. Thank you so much for being here and practicing with me. Do comment and feedback to me on how you've got on with this practice, and check out the links below to the other things I offer, and do subscribe to this channel if you're enjoying these flows. It's completely free. Just helps me to keep providing this free kind of yoga resource. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate every single one of you that practices with me, and I can't wait to see you for another flow very soon. Take care. Bye bye.